Mary?
Only Dawn can do that.
Only Dawn can do that.
Only
Okay.
Dawn's allowed to call me that.
It's an inside joke, so make sure next time you guys see Stacia, you refer to her as Stacy Mary.
And only Dawn understands that.
We love you,
Uh,
Stacia.
Well, happy friggin' hump day, you guys. Really, really, really good to be with you again. So excited to be here. We are in the midst of a phenomenal month, absolutely phenomenal month. So thank you all for your very, very, very hard work. I know that I have the occasion to talk to you guys, throughout the week, usually late at night or early in the morning, as you're writing your deals and putting things together. So I am just super excited for where you're going and what you're getting done. So very cool. I do have some cool stuff to share with you this afternoon, but as we normally do, we'll let the core partners kick things off, and we're going to start with ladies first, Miss Dawn Kay.
Yay. Well, thank you very much. And it's good to see everybody's smiling faces. It's been like a ghost town when I'm in that office. It's like me and Station soaring pretty much.
Yes.
But I know it'll get better as time goes on. I just wanted to share with you, there have been some changes to flood insurance rating, which I know everybody always gets excited when we talk about flood insurance. But FEMA and the National Flood Insurance Program has launched a new rating system. They're calling it Risk Rater 2.0, and it kicks in on October 1st. They're still working out some of the details as far as updating the programs and how we quote, but it's designed to make the quote more fair as far as it's property specific, not area specific now. So it doesn't matter what your neighbors, if they're paying for flood insurance or what their rate is, because it's all based on the property itself. So things like we are now required to enter the square footage of a home when we're doing the quote. So basically that means bigger homes probably going to have a higher rate. Smaller homes will have a lower rate. The other thing, and this is huge, or elevation certificates are no longer required to do a quote for a property that's in a high risk flood zone. If the client already has one, we can certainly use it. Or if the quote comes back exorbitantly high and they want to get one just to see if it will lower it, we can do that. But I talked to an underwriter yesterday and she said, don't even encourage your clients to get one because it's generally not going to make that much difference. So that's huge because I know that was a big thing whenever there was a property in a high risk flood zone. Proximity to water is going to have a lot more impact on the rating. That makes sense, but before it didn't. So that's kind of the changes in a nutshell. And like I said, they're still working out some of the kinks, getting their quoting system updated to, kind of be friendly with all these changes. But I've talked to underwriters a lot in the last few days because there are lots of questions with the new quoting system, but those are the changes in a nutshell. So if anybody has any questions, it shouldn't affect you guys much, except for the fact that rates might seem higher if it's a bigger property. But that, like I said, is because it's property specific, not area specific. So if you have somebody that's buying a property and they say, oh, the neighbor doesn't need flood insurance, doesn't matter anymore. It's depends on the one individual property. So, and elevation certificates not being needed, that's pretty good because those are a big expense. But other than that, the world of insurance is as exciting as ever. And I appreciate you guys keeping me busy. But again, if you have questions on this flood stuff, just let me know and I'm happy to help. You know that.
That is actually really, really good news. I mean, that
Yes.
could be a huge boost to the timeline. And, a lot of times sellers don't by default have an elevation certificate. And so you always had this little bit of a battle, who's going to order it, who's going to provide it, who's going to pay for it. So I think that's really exciting. Is this something that is going to allow you to quote flood insurance like within 24 hours? It's not going to take days.
Well, no, and usually it doesn't take long to get the quote together. It's just that waiting time to get the elevation certificate. And we had to submit it generally to the underwriters and they had to compare the elevation certificate to the information they had and update the quote if they needed to. So yes, that should cut down a little bit on time wise. Hopefully we'll see that difference, but to me, it's the cost factor too, that your clients aren't having to fork over, up to $700 for an elevation certificate.
That's really, really cool. So,
yep.
One of the things is, flood insurance sometimes was referred to as transferable from the seller to the buyer. Is that a situation that is going to remain, or is it always going to require a new policy now?
Nope, that should not have, shouldn't change that at all. And again, it depends on the carrier for the flood insurance, whether it's transferable or not, but that's definitely worth a phone call to, the other side, whether it's buyer or seller, or actually it would be the seller. Yeah, just it's worth a phone call to say, hey, is this policy transferable? And yeah, that's definitely still on the table.
That's good stuff, man. Good stuff.
Yep.
Any other questions for Dawn? Thank you.
Thank you.
Brian, how are things over at Sage Title Group, my friend?
Oh, great. I want to thank everybody. First of all, we had 100% capture for August for Suffolk office, so that's amazing. Love to see that. Thank you. Stacia, if you can send me that list today, that'd be great, so I know who is coming. It is rain or shine. I did see a little bit of rain in the forecast, but they said it's still on, game on tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, there's a covering, so we should be good.
Yeah. Also, I know, Jason, you put this out on Friday for the class coming up in October, Virginia Decedent Estates. So 2 hours of CE or PLE for free. It's always good because Matt has the time for any questions. He takes questions about anything real estate related, and who doesn't have questions every day? I know I do. So it's a great one. So please RSVP, you just click on the flyer and you get in there. I like those pictures in the background there. Those are cool. So it's been really jamming here. So we appreciate everybody. I just made a note here of a few closings we had in August: Dudley Richardson, Randall Stevens, David Maddox, Evan Lund, Soren, Michael Gray, Cordell, Jason, Shane, Carla, and some of them had multiple transactions. So really great job, y'all. You're on fire, and we appreciate it. The ones that signed up, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow night at 6:30.
Hey, Brian, are you gonna bring your much better half?
She's not feeling real good, Jason. I'm just saying. So it's going to be me, and I'm going to be coming right after these closings. So I'll be coming in probably what I've got on, kind of. So no, the answer is no, but hopefully you'll get to meet her in the Christmas season.
There you go. Well, we're looking forward to it, and I'm definitely looking forward to tomorrow night at Top Golf. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun. So thank you, Brian. Thank you, Sage Title Group, for that. That's really cool. So John, how is life treating you in the mortgage world?
It's good. I just, like I said, I just got back from the company sponsored reward trip for the some of the top people of the company. So luckily, due to you guys' support, I was able to go. It was supposed to be earlier in the year, back in traditionally it's in April, but that still kind of getting things adjusted for COVID, so we just went. So it was a lot of fun. So we had a good time, and obviously I was out of pocket for some of that trip, so I appreciate a lot of you guys' flexibility with you guys and your clients while I was gone. Hopefully you guys got all your questions answered. If not, I'm here today and catching up. I'll be working late, so trying to hit the ground running. I also want to thank everybody for everyone's support, well wishes. Some of you may not know, I had COVID a couple weeks ago, and there was no symptoms or anything like that, but mild symptoms, I should say. I did have some symptoms, but nothing, thank God, nothing crazy. But yeah, it's real out there. I'm vaccinated. I don't know if, not to say I care whether or not you are necessarily, but some people are sensitive about that. But I vaccinated. I got COVID, and it's it could be spread very easily. Especially when people who have no symptoms, right? If you don't have symptoms, then I could have easily spread it along to a lot of people, especially my kids who are not vaccinated. But just be careful out there, please. Just be careful, and because it's tearing through. So thanks again for everybody's support, though. The one thing I wanted to talk about today was something that we actually had done. Talked about in one of our internal meetings, sales meetings, had to do with this new kind of stage, but kind of trend, I should say, of mortgage companies adding profit lines, specifically real estate companies. So for a long time, real estate companies have spun off businesses that have supported, real estate companies, what they do. So again, we're a great example. We're one of the pioneers. Long and Foster was a pioneer at this. We have mortgages, we have title, we have insurance, we have people help you move, we have all these things, which makes sense. It kind of all starts with the agent, as we all know. And over the last couple of years, what's started to happen is kind of the opposite. A new trend is mortgage companies opening up other lines of business, specifically real estate companies. And I just want to talk about that a little bit today, because I want you guys to be thoughtful of how that would impact you as an agent if your mortgage company or the lender that your client is using has a business line within its company that is real estate. So with Long and Foster, obviously the goal is to get a customer for life, and we keep everything in Long Foster and prosperity. We keep the business coming back to you. That's always the goal, 100%. All of our marketing is co-branded. All of our post-closing journey is co-branded with your information, obviously with our information too, to keep you guys on the tip of the tongue, on that peg in your brain. That when you say real estate agent, you think usually people have one peg. We want that peg to be you guys. There's always that interesting statistic from NAR. They say that post-closing, 91% of people say they would use their agent again for the next transaction, and then in reality, only 13% of people use the same agent for the next transaction, and that's for a lot of different reasons. But what this trend is going to impact that, it's going to make it even tougher. That number might go down, because you imagine the goal of a mortgage company is to get the business within their own real estate company, not use as the agent. So you have places like Compass Real Estate is partnered with Guaranteed Rate, EXPs with First Cloud Mortgage, and these are basically companies that the mortgage company is almost swallowing up the real estate side. Rocket has Rocket Real Estate, Loan Depot started their own company called Mellow Home, real estate company called Mellow Home. Better Mortgage is a mortgage company that's primarily online. They're starting Better Real Estate, and Veterans United has Veterans United Realty. So it's just something to think about when you have a client. It's just another reason to try to give us a chance to speak with your client, to get the opportunity to keep the business within Long and Foster, and that's true for all of our services, insurance, title, so we can keep that referral coming back to you over and over and over again. We want them to have a good experience, and we want them to constantly think of you guys and us when they think of anything real estate. So it's just something I wanted to talk about a little bit. I don't know if you guys have seen that, or if you think that's important. It may not matter to you, but it definitely is going to impact down the road. You're going to see a lot of this happening, where everyone's fighting for that referral and that lead, just to make more money. So other than that, that's what I want to kind of talk about as far as the meat of what I want to talk about today, that we are hyper focused on getting that business back to you guys. And that's always going to be our goal, no matter what, because we are a joint venture. We are a partner. But the market itself has been, we've seen a correction. So moving on to just kind of some standard stuff, was that we saw a market correction for the last couple of weeks in the stock market. So we've seen some, the bond market rebounding a little bit. Rates are just staying super low, and they probably will be for some time. So that's a good thing for us. And so rates are staying low. But anybody have any questions about anything that I talked about, or anything in general from a lending standpoint? No? Okay.
I do. So one of the things that I really appreciate, and I don't know that everybody even knows, honestly, it's not something that we talk about very often. So I appreciate you bringing it up, John, is, I get email birthday reminders all the time from Prosperity saying, hey, your past client from 3 years ago has a birthday next week. That's a really, really cool feature, because as a buyer's agent, we obviously refer our clients to Prosperity, but we very seldom know what our clients' birthdays are. But that's something that by default Prosperity records. And so Prosperity does a really good job of reminding us as agents that, our clients from, last week, last month, last year, or 2 years ago have birthdays coming up. And so I think that's a really cool, thing that they do, because it's another opportunity for us to reach out to that past client. In addition, Prosperity does some co-branded marketing for a long time after the transaction. And so as a Long and Foster agent working with Prosperity, we're included on that piece of marketing that, we may not see it, we don't realize it, we don't know what's happening, but it is happening in the background. And so I think that that's another fantastic reason to, when possible, try to encourage your clients to get a second opinion with Prosperity, and at least give them an opportunity to earn the business. They don't expect to get it for free. They don't expect to get it by default, but I think that they do deserve an opportunity to earn the business and to compete for the business. And I think having these additional marketing things going on in the background, like co-branded marketing for years after the transaction and birthday reminders, are just really, really good reasons to keep you guys at the top of the list. So I appreciate you saying that.
Yep, absolutely.
Cool. Any questions, comments, concerns, anything for our core partners before we switch modalities, modus operandes? So no. Okay. All right. Well, I'm going to jump over and share my screen. Core partners, thank you so much for being here. You're welcome to hang around, or you can vacate. We'll see you tomorrow, Brian.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Cool. All right. So let's see. Share screen. Here's this screen. So let me see if I can find it. I think I deleted it. But anyway, so if you guys get the Long and Foster email that comes out every morning, and it's got several different blog articles in it. The featured blog today was talking about real estate memes and how popular real estate memes are. And statistically, the Gen X, the Gen Z, the Gen whatever, the young people, not me, but the young people are 60 times more likely to share a meme than they are, just a generic image and or text post. And so I thought that was really interesting. And so I went and looked, and sure enough, I signed up for Lighter Side of Real Estate in October 2019, actually. And I haven't been to this website that I pay $20 a month for. I haven't been here probably over a year, but I did go there today. And I wanted to share with you guys how friggin' cool it is. Now, for me, it's just this thing of, I've already got enough to do. I don't think about social media that much. And, do I really want to go in here and post things, all the time consistently? I could never force myself to do it. But I've always seen value in having it. And so, next month I will have paid $20 a month for the last 3 years to be a member of the Lighter Side of Real Estate. So I just wanted to share it with you, because if you're interested in, articles or videos or branded booklets or witty postcards or real estate memes, if you're interested in that sort of thing, Facebook cover images, this is the place to get it. In fact, a lot of times you'll see real estate agents sharing things that you might think are cute or pithy or interesting, and there's a really, really good chance that this is the site that they came from. And so I just wanted to share some of this stuff with you. It's all real estate all the time. And like I said, they do blog articles, they do memes, they do videos. It's just a really neat place to get real estate social media content. And so if you didn't know about this, I wanted to make sure that you do know about this. If your landlord made your apartment look like this, you need to focus on yourself and buy a home. Look at the light switches here. I mean, you guys, I mean, that's disgusting. That's horrible. But this kind of stuff, right? It gets the attention of those young people who are scrolling through their Instagrams and their Pinterests and their Facebooks and, you know, their LinkedIn accounts and that sort of thing. And so this is a great place to get pithy, funny, interesting, humorous real estate content. So if you didn't know about this, I wanted to make it available to you. It is available. It's the lighter side of real estate. And they've got all kinds of cool stuff for you to just get in here and check out. They've also got a private Facebook group where they talk about best practices and best use and you know, those things that are getting the most attention, those things that are trending, et cetera, et cetera. Do all the things you dream, they're worth it. Apply for the job, plan the vacation, buy the sexy car, call me to help you buy your next dream home, right? So any questions about this? Any comments about this? Have you guys seen this out there in the marketplace? Anything? I know you have. You had to have. You had to.
Dudley's the
Lydia.
king of memes.
Who is?
Dudley.
Dudley. Yeah. Dudley does have a bunch of memes. Yeah. Ready to move? Get off the fence. Mortgage rates are still near all-time lows, right? So need a real estate agent or need a kick-ass real estate agent. That's what that says, right? Selling your home with me versus selling your home on your own. I mean, you guys have probably seen that one floating around on social media, right? And the point of this, obviously, is that these types of memes get more attention more often on social media, and young people are 60 times more likely to share a meme than they are a plain text and or plain image on social media. So it's a great way to get some additional attention if you're looking to beef up or boost up your social media. Cool. All right, that being said, as you guys know, I'm a big fan of Joe Stope. He is, let me stop sharing for just a second. He's the one that wrote this book, right? And so I had 5 of these books here in the office. I have one left. So this is the Bible of referral mastery. It's all about asking for referrals. It's a fantastic book. So if you haven't had a chance to read it, I would encourage you to borrow it. And then I want to go back to my share screen because he just put this out today, right? And so this is a brand new promotion that he's running for a limited time. You get 90 days free access to his Referral Mastery Club. And so it's a 22-minute video. I watched it. I'd say probably 15 minutes of it is testimonials and referrals from other real estate agents. But he goes over all of the stuff that's included in his Referral Mastery Club. They promise not to do any hard upselling or try to convert you or anything like that. It's an opportunity for him to introduce you to his program. And obviously, after 90 days, if you wanted to continue, you would certainly have to pay a subscription or something like that. But it does include your very own copy of this book. So you can get your very own free copy of this book to study and to to notate, to highlight, to learn, because we've talked about it many times. Referrals are not only the lifeblood of most real estate agents' businesses, but it's also the least expensive method for generating business. I know a couple of you right now are writing offers for people who are in your sphere of influence. And that's what this program is all about. It's all about, you know, how to make the most of the people you already know and connect with, how to get referrals without coming across as salesy, right? And so I can share this link with anybody that's interested. I posted it in our Facebook group, so you could go right over there. But it is absolutely free. There's no credit card required. He's got a lot of video content, which personally I prefer. But they're going to give you everything that you might need to take advantage of generating more referrals and growing your business. And if you don't believe me, just listen to the 50,000 testimonials and referral videos from real estate agents that he has on here. So the guy's been around for a long, long time, 30 years he's been doing this program. And I've always thought his program was fantastic. So I want to make sure that you guys know about that. Don't just skip over it. It is a real genuine opportunity for you to get this book for free and learn it, figure it out, and put some of these principles to practice. So, any questions? Has anybody, I know I had 5 books here. I've only got 1 left. So somebody's got the book. Has anybody read the book and think that there's some valuable content there? No. No. Okay. Don't everybody pipe up at once. I can't stand it when we talk over one another. It's just, it makes my head hurt. All right,
Hey,
guys.
Jason,
Yes.
can, can you hear me?
Yes, I can
right.
hear.
I couldn't figure out how to unmute my phone. I'm driving. This would have been better coupled when you were talking about social media, the lighter side, memes, etc. But I kind of wanted to vent to friends, basically. HomeSnap just sent out those little awards that they email to pretty much everybody.
Yeah.
Right. Most people should have gotten their emails. You know, all the time as realtors, as salespeople, we're looking for touch points or content for our social media platforms. And, you know, call me, you know, a dork, but I think that those awards are great little share pieces for all of our social medias, whether we all got the exact same award or you know, some people got very unique awards. I thought that that's a great touch point. And I'm seeing a ton of realtors outside of our brokerage, outside of our office, obviously, that are just kind of poo-pooing them and really talking negatively and sort of teasing people that actually use it as, you know, content. And I've seen on various, even an owner broker posted about it, and all kinds of people, you know, stepped in and said, oh yeah, that's, you know, that just bad mouthing that. And it was giving an opportunity to badmouth our industry. I don't really have a direction for this, but I just wanted to say that I was annoyed by other people that were talking negatively about those HomeSnap awards that we all got.
You know, I appreciate you bringing that up, Soren, and I think you know, I totally agree with you, because here's what I think that they're failing to consider, and that is that just because we who are in the business and live and breathe real estate all the time, and we know that this simple award or image was sent to 5,000 real estate agents, the people who are in our sphere, our friends who are not involved in real estate, our family, you know, our circle, they're all different, and they don't know that, you know, this image I'm sharing, this award that I'm sharing, was also sent to 5,000 other agents, right? So I think they make light of it because it is very common. Most real estate agents are going to get something from HomeSnap, but to our audience, I mean, you have a completely different audience than me. You know, Shane has a different audience than you. Dudley has a different audience than Linda. You know, and so for me to share something with my audience, I think that's perfectly reasonable and acceptable. And it is another touch point. It's another something to put in front of our audience to remind them that, hey, we're in the real estate business. So if they're talking to somebody at the office today who mentions real estate, this is an opportunity for them to say, oh yeah, my buddy Soren, I just saw he got this award. You should give him a call. I think it's perfectly legitimate. And I don't think that, it's fair to belittle it just because it's very broad and common because, well, a lot of people do know more than one real estate agent, but how many people know 500 real estate agents? Probably not very many people. And because of the way Facebook, only shows your post to about 10% of your audience. I mean, what are the chances of, your entire audience even seeing it to begin with, So just because Linda might have some crossover friends with Soren, it doesn't mean that everybody's going to see Linda's and everybody's going to see Soren's and everybody's going to see Dudley's. It doesn't mean that at all. So I don't think there's anything wrong with sharing and promoting a piece of content.
Absolutely. It's positive and uplifting. And why would anybody want to poo-poo that? That's exactly my point as well. So thank you.
Absolutely. Anybody else got anything they want to say, mention, share?
Scott said he's halfway through the book.
Oh, go ahead, Scott. Man, I appreciate that. Thank you, brother. So let me know what you think of it when you finish it. So I know I've got 3 others floating around. Scott's got one. I've got one. So there's 3 more out there somewhere. So, but you should all get your very own free copy by going to that website and checking it out. All right. Good to see you guys. Can't wait to see you again. Hopefully, we'll see you tomorrow at 6:30 at Top Golf. Great day. Cordell. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.